get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Checks big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide, you ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, man we coming for them bags that they said I couldn't have, get the team. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto, hard work, this over everything. It's that comeback. I'm calling plays, hit the pass, then the run back. Yeah, I'm far ahead and gotta run laps. But we ain't letting up, we never done that. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah, on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
You ready to embark on an exciting journey of learning and growth? Now is the time to register and become part of the Pulaski County Special School District family. PCSSD provides educational opportunities for families across more than 500 square miles. Discover endless possibilities, friendships, and unforgettable experiences that will shape your child's future. For more information about registration and school choice, visit pcssd.org/register. Join us as we build a brighter tomorrow, one student at a time.
It's not just a house, it's a home, and it's part of the neighborhood and of course part of the community. And you want to build stuff that they'll take pride in.
Well, that's where they're making their memories.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where they're raising their families.
Without the bank getting us to that next step, we can't do it.
It's nice to be able to call someone at the bank and say, hey, you've worked with us for all these years. This is what we're thinking about doing. Can we pull the trigger on this today? Oh my stars. It is just so much easier to bank with First Community.
I would say school choice is a great option. You can do your research like we did, visit with other parents that have children in the district. We visited the schools before we made the choice to come here. We chose to school choice because we have had such a great experience here. Teachers, staff have been so helpful and reassuring, and we've been forever grateful for it. And I'd do it all over again. PCSSD is a great option no matter where you live.
When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Stayed down, remain humble and I made it work. Crazy how I came out so clean from the dirt. We was using candles on the nights the lights ain't work. We ain't never going back to that and that I merged. Turn your back on me, the worst mistake you ever make. Keep my grass cut, gotta watch out for the snakes. If it's on my plate, best believe it's getting ate. I'm falling like I'm Kobe 33 before the 8. I just want the rings and the medals and the trophies. I want the Kardashians and Jenner so I know me. I wanna take a Uber to the hills to visit Chloe. I want the floor seats cause I'm tired of the nosebleeds. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. I feel like I'm Scottie Pippen, putting on the work but they don't give me no recognition. Basically the league's MVP but the P is missing. I'm the most valuable but sometimes they tend to forget it. I live my life on the edge but my back against the wall. I make sure my shoes lace cause who gon' catch me if I fall against the odds, but I'ma beat them all. I used to have a lot of friends, I never thought my day one circle be this small, but who needs love if it's fake love? I'm trying to shine like the diamonds on Mike's glove. Get in my way and you gon' feel it just like Mike's glove. I'm trying to go from burnt rugs to the red rugs. That's facts. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? Who gon' stop me now? I'm on the road, let me know. Who gon' stop me now? Gang, gang. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit. When the game on the line, you can't fold and you can't bend. Y'all be playing it safe and I be going for the win. Remember back when they was doubting on the kid. Now they tuned in cause my game too legit.
And welcome back to the second half of action. Joe T. Robinson football versus the Vilonia Eagles in the first round of the 5A state playoffs. I'm Chris Gay, joined by Jake Hall. You are watching on the Robinson Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports and by First Community Bank. And Jake, this has been such a fantastic first-round performance from Coach Escola and his defense and his offense. 35 points up on the board in the first half. I think 21 points in the first quarter alone. What did you see from the Senators in half number one?
Well, let's just start off with the offense. You got Tyson Braden, who went 10 for 11 with 3 touchdowns through the air. And that's, just talk about a fantastic stat line. He's really on the money tonight and hitting his wide receivers, especially hitting Muhammad, who's got two touchdown receptions, and Michael Hayes, who also has a touchdown reception. And on the ground game, you've got Deuce Williams, who's got 2 touchdowns on the ground. Mr. Deuce, there's a reason they call him Deuce, because he always has 2 touchdowns, it feels like.
And Malachi Muhammad's going to get the kick. He's going to get a good return out of this. Blocker's out in front. He's going to juke a man, and he will go down out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. Let's see what the yellow flag is about. Still waiting for official ruling. Will be a block in the back on one of the Senators. So they will start off this drive a little farther back than they had hoped. But the Senators have the football for the first time, for the first drive of the second half. We'll also say the Senator defense, as you were talking about, the offense has been great. The defense has been outstanding. Caleb Doucette, especially that defensive line. Caleb Doucette, Lennox Campos, Darnell Clark, Dominio Patterson, they've been making huge plays all night long. Here goes Jordan Thomas, makes something out of nothing. Jordan Thomas with the first down and more for the Senators. I thought for sure he was back and he was going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, but he reverses field and is able to make a big play. First down for Robinson. Tyson Braden and company set up at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Thomas still the back behind his quarterback. It's going to be a fake handoff. I've been fooled multiple times today. It's Braden to Muhammad. It's going to be about a 7-yard pickup on first down. Call it 6. So 2nd and 4 from the 48-yard line. Now on the Eagles side of the field. 10:51 left to play in this third quarter. 2 receivers, again on the right, 1 on the left. Braden outside to Hayes, and a huge loss. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage for the Senators, and that's actually where they will mark him down. So a 6-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now you're set up in a 3rd and long situation. I know if you're Coach Escola, you want to try to come out here and put some points on the board to start the second half. The Eagles still think are for sure feeling like they're in this ballgame. If they get a stop here, there's going to be a lot of momentum on that sideline.
Braden, Muhammad backs up, and he's going to be pushed back farther. He's still alive, but they finally are going to bring him down. Just about every Eagle on the field was able to go in and make the tackle. Boy, they read that play perfectly.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a screen pass over there to the left side, but the offensive line didn't get over there in time to get any kind of blocks. The defensive backs for the Eagles were all over it, and so now Coach Scholl is going to be forced to punt this ball away. That's not how you want to start the second half for sure, and that's going to give a lot of momentum to the Eagles sideline over there.
Gibson and Sowell, the two returners, back to receive for the Eagles. John Tate set to punt this football away. It's a pretty solid one. He'll have some bounces to it. The Senators will let it go, and it will die at the 13-yard line of the Eagles. So not the best field position to start out this drive for Vilonia.
No, and you were asking me what I thought about the first half. Well, a big thing I thought about the first half is this defense has got to quit giving up wide open passes down the middle of the field. It almost cost them another touchdown right there before halftime. I know that was probably a very big point of emphasis for the defensive squad to be converse about at halftime. Hopefully they got some things figured out, and they've got all their coverages worked out so that won't happen again.
Cole rolling to the left. He's looking for somebody, and it bounces, and that will be incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
That was good coverage by the Senators right there. I don't know who's on the ground.
I believe that is the quarterback, Skylar Cole. I believe he may have taken a shot as he was throwing the football. He's up on the field, but he's back down, and that's not a good sight to see if you're a Vilonia Eagle fan. Looking at their depth chart right now, their backup quarterback is Brody Williams. At least he was to start the season. He was the quarterback for the conference runner-up junior high team that Vilonia had last season. But Colson Ashcraft has already thrown a pass in this game. He's the team's starting punter, but third-string quarterback. And I'm looking at the sideline. I see Ashcraft as one of the players out there on the field, and that's exactly who the backup quarterback, I believe that's exactly who it will be for the Eagles if Cole cannot return, at least for now. Of course, you never want to see injuries regardless of what side you are on. But for the Eagles, if they want any shot to come back into this game and win here in the playoffs, they're going to have to rely on their backup sophomore quarterback, Colson Ashcraft, who's also the head coach, Clint Ashcraft's son, came over from Conway. He was actually a really good quarterback. Oh, this is not good to see. Now the emergent, well, not, what do you even call that? It's like an ATV type deal, but
that's a side-by-side holding a stretcher on the back.
Right.
I'm not really sure how they're going to
he has
put
not
him
been
on there.
He has not been down on the field for very long.
Let's not speculate too much.
Exactly
though.
right. But
hopefully that young man's okay. I've said I've said it every single time we've gone live. Injuries, I hate to see them both sides of this field. These young men work their tails off all summer long, all season long to get to where they're at right now. And for anybody's season to get cut short at any point, it's something that I hate to see personally. And I hate, whether you're an opponent or a Senator, I hate to see it. I just love to see these young men out here competing and giving it their all. And I know that's what that young man was doing. He was having a heck of a game. So hopefully he's okay and it's nothing too serious. But it looks like this is probably going to be the end of the night for him.
I hope that it's more precautionary than anything, but Skylar Cole had such a great game leading up to this moment. 2 passing touchdowns in that first half and was looking to lead his team to victory here in the second half. But again, they will have to rely on their backup quarterback, Colson Ashcraft. The sophomore quarterback, let's hear a little bit about him. Of course, he's the team's starting punter, but he was a quarterback for Conway White Junior High, the same team that went 8-2 last season. And, of course, that is, that's junior high, but that is a 7A junior high squad. That's a pretty solid group regardless. 8-2, of course, Conway's just produced a lot of talent over the years, and now he is going to be thrust into action for the Eagles. And we're going to go ahead and take a second to step aside, but don't go anywhere.
Well, actually, let's go ahead and give some updates on some scores.
Yeah, let's do that. There's a lot of great games being played around the state. So what do you have for us, Jake?
Let's start off with the Hornets. The Hornets lead Greenbrier 10-9 right now, about midway through the third quarter. That looks like it's going to be a battle. I knew that one was going to be a battle. I felt they're playing at Maumelle, and they've got somewhat of a home field advantage. They've got something going on over there at Maumelle. I'm definitely rooting for the fellow PCSSD school to get the win. But looking forward to next week's matchup. If the Senators do end up winning this ball game, they're going to be facing either Lakeside or
Nettleton.
Nettleton.
But it looks like it might be Lakeside. They have a 28-7 lead over the visiting Nettleton.
Lakeside.
I'm not sure what their mascot is.
Lakeside is a school Robinson fans would know have already met earlier on in this season. It was a pretty close ball game, very competitive ball game. So it's going to be very interesting to see when those two teams, if the Senators do end up getting the win here and they meet up again, that's going to be an exciting matchup that I'm going to be pumped to call for sure.
Of course, the Lakeside Rams have the third leading rusher in the entire state of Arkansas, Grady Oman, who coming into this week, 213 rushes, over 16, nearly 1,700 rushing yards on 8 yards a carry and 20 rushing touchdowns. He's had a great season. I know he's entered the season with a couple of small college offers. After this type of a season, I imagine he'll get a lot of bigger schools as he is a senior running back. And he is a man amongst boys. It just, when he played here at Charlie George Stadium in week 3, he was actually pretty much contained well. A near 100-yard rushing game was it's kind of like Ashton Genty of Boise State. If he doesn't hit 200 yards on the game, then the defense on the other side did a nice job.
And then tuning into some other scores around the 5A conference, Parkview is just laying it on win right now as they lead 42-3 in late in the third quarter. That one seems like it's pretty well handled.
I thought that was going to be a better game than it actually was, but
another score that we could look to though. Farmington leads BB 7-5.
Wow,
kind of a funky score there. You don't really see. I feel like you don't really see those two numbers together too often.
You don't. No, and well, first of all, those two teams.
Oh, now it's 14. Now it's 14-6. Sorry, so maybe it was 6,
okay.
Not 5. I have bad eyesight, I guess. Yeah, midway through the third quarter, Farmington leads BB after looks like they just scored a touchdown, 14-6.
And an update on the field, it looks like they have Skylar Cole on the stretcher now. It is kind of hard to see. There's a horde of people around him, including his coaches. Yep, he is on the board now, and he will be escorted off the field on the side-by-side. But Coach Escola and I believe just one of the other Robinson coaches also there. And he will get a big round of applause from both the Vilonia and Senator sidelines.
After calling up to this point in this ball game, I was very impressed by the way that young man played. He's a senior out here giving it his all. He was playing one heck of a game, and he tried to get up after that injury to really because you can tell he's got a lot of heart, and he didn't want to come off the field. Unfortunate that his night ended like this, and I hope that young man's okay.
And now he will get a standing ovation from both Vilonia and Joe T. Robinson's fan bases. He's been a competitor all night, all season long, and we definitely hope this is not as bad as it might seem. It definitely did not see. I wish we could have had the chance to see it happen live. I really didn't get a great chance. I was following the football, but just hope that Skylar Cole is, Again, it's not as bad as it looks. That's the ultimate hope, and hope that he'll, at the end of the day, he'll be all right. This, at the very least, is precautionary because, just a hope for the best is what we can say. But in the meantime, we're about to have some Eagle versus Senator football action that is about to resume. Of course, if you're that Vilonia sideline, you're down by 3 touchdowns in this game and you lose your starting quarterback possibly for the rest of the night, that's got to break your heart a little bit.
It does. And I think those guys on the sideline, they're going to be playing with a heavy heart, but you got to be thinking it's next man up mentality. I know they are definitely hurting right now for their starting quarterback Cole getting carted off, but they've got a game to play, and I know that's the mindset over there with Coach Ashcraft and these players. I know it's going to be hard to push through that with losing their starting quarterback, but I know that Skylar Cole, the competitor that he would want his team to come out here and keep competing and next man up and keep it going. This is the playoffs, and I know he wants to see his team succeed.
Now Colson Ashcraft is the quarterback for the Eagles. Ashcraft escapes but goes down, and Dominio Patterson records the sack.
Nice job right there. Big Dominio Patterson getting in the backfield and bringing that quarterback down. So is that Ashcraft back there for him?
Yeah, that is Colson Ashcraft, and that is the second sack of the season for Patterson. He's up to 2.5 sacks on the year in his first year in the black and gold. Empty set for the Eagles. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion is Gibson. Ashcraft steps back, pressure coming, and that play did not work. That brings up 4th down, and the Eagles are going to have to punt this football away.
Tried to get the screen pass off, and he just couldn't get his feet set in time. He had a lot of pressure from Dominio Patterson. I couldn't tell who else was in the backfield there.
Doucette, maybe.
It was Doucette, and he just didn't have any time to set his feet and get that ball off, and it hits the dirt. So that was a tough go for backup quarterback to come in to that situation, being this close to you to the wrong side of the field, in the shadow of a goalpost.
Exactly right. It was 2nd and 10 from their own 13, and now he's out there to punt this football away. It's actually a pretty solid punt.
Oh, it's going to take a huge
that is
Eagles
going
bounce.
to be a good punt by Colson Ashcraft, and I think they will mark it down at the 34-yard line of the Senators. So an excellent punt by the sophomore quarterback and punter. What was that? Maybe a 60-yard punt? That was pretty solid.
Yeah,
that was a good
bounce. It was about a 60-yard punt, 65-yarder.
Yeah,
it took a great Eagles bounce.
Oh, it was great. And now Tyson Braden and the Senator offense will come out onto the football field. 8:05 left to play in this third quarter of action, and the hometown Senators with a 35-14 lead.
Is that Cunningham or Deuce Williams in the back?
That is Deuce Williams, and he will get the handoff. He's going to be patient, and he slips away from a tackler. Deuce Williams has the first down for the Senators. He was looking like Le'Veon Bell the way that he was so patient in the backfield.
That was a nice, what was that, like a 14-yard pickup?
Yeah,
Good.
Just about. It was a really solid pickup by the junior do-it-all player.
Nice job by Williams. I call him the Magic Man for a reason because I don't know how he slipped out of that tackle. It was magic.
2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Cam Harper in formation at tight end. Going to be another handoff again to Williams. Williams, I don't think he has enough for a first down, but at the very least, it could be 2nd and inches.
Oh, man, I hope he's okay. That was kind of a late hit there.
Yeah, he gets up a little stiff, but looks to be all right. He's another one of those competitors. He's not going to leave the football field unless he absolutely has to. Okay, so they will mark him down a little shorter than I thought. So it will be 2nd and 2 from the 43-yard line. An 8-yard run on first down. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Again, a run by Deuce Williams. He's not hurt. He's still up. Deuce Williams, it's going to take a whole team to bring him down. And he will be marked down at the 32-yard line of the Eagles. The Senators marching down the field.
I mean, these guys have got to be averaging well over 5 yards a carry. I mean, they are just gashing them every single time. Another first down for the Senators by the hands of Deuce Williams.
Again, the handoff to the running back.
That was Thomas, I think.
Yeah, I believe that was Thomas, and he gets pushed up ahead by his line. Maybe gets about an 8-yard run on first down. So that brings up 2nd and 2 from the 24-yard line. And once again, the Senators knocking on the door of the red zone. Michael Hayes, Tatum Hayes, and Malachi Muhammad, the 3 receivers in the ball game. Lennox Campos in at tight end. He's mostly a blocker, but we saw in the last couple of weeks he's been used as a wide receiver as well. Jordan Thomas, the lone running back. And he'll get the handoff. Thomas being held from behind. He somehow broke free.
Enough for a first down.
It was John Mason Halley, who also starts at running back for the Eagles, finally bringing him down. Number 71, Kellen Jumper, had a hold on his jersey for the longest time, but somehow was not able to bring down the much smaller Jordan Thomas. But Jordan Thomas, look, he's only 5'6", but he doesn't play like it. He plays like he is twice that size. He's just a strong player.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas again on the handoff. Thomas, left side, stiff arms a man, but he's finally brought down by number 24, Caden Gibson.
That was a nice tackle by Gibson. You know, it's hard to tackle that man in open field. It doesn't really happen very often, it feels like. So good job by him and the Eagles to bounce that one outside and bring him down.
Deuce Williams now the running back. He'll get the handoff now. A lot of runs. Deuce Williams slowly gets up. He was following his line, following his blocker. I believe that was Ari Montgomery that he was following the entire way up.
I think they're going to say he's about a yard short
and
of the end zone.
He is down on the field. Not sure what this is about. This is Deuce Williams, I believe. Didn't exactly look at the jersey number when the player went down, but Deuce Williams had gotten up after a late hit a couple of plays ago. Was okay, and now the trainers are taking a look at him. And that's a good sight to see if you're a Senator fan. Deuce Williams back up, little stiff. I'm sure he's been taking a beating, especially with, it seems like, 7 or 8 consecutive runs drawn up by Coach Escola in this offense. Jaden Todd, the lone receiver on the right side. Michael Hayes and Malachi Muhammad bunch up on the left. Jordan Thomas, the running back. He'll get the handoff, and he won't get a whole lot. Will it be enough for a first down?
Looks like it.
Yes, it will be. So the Senators have another first down. Not quite first and goal yet. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. The Senators up against a 3-man front by the Eagles. Maybe one more blitzing off the end. That's exactly what happens. Jordan Thomas is going to take advantage of it. Gets down to about the 1-yard line of the Eagles.
Nice little 10-yard run right there by Jordan Thomas.
Oh, well, not quite 10 yards. Maybe
9 yards.
9 yards. Pretty solid run. So 2nd and 1 from the 2-yard line.
Something tells me he's going to get the rock again.
That's exactly what happens. And Thomas is finally brought down, and maybe he got the first down. I'm not quite sure.
No, I think they're going to say no gain.
Probably, yeah, I think you're exactly right. And Darnell Clark coming in as the tailback for the Senators. Thomas will go off the field for now. And the Senators, not really sure. Maybe they were a little confused why the clock hadn't started or something, but regardless, the clock is rolling, and Darnell Clark, the senior defensive end, he's going to get the handoff. Darnell Clark in for the end zone. Touchdown, Senators! Darnell Clark finds the end zone for the first time this season, his 4th carry of the year. Let's say he's had 4 carries for 29 yards now, just under a 9-yard per carry average. What an offensive juggernaut this rushing attack by the Senators can be.
They just ran it down their throats right there, just handoff, and worked their way all the way to the end zone.
And John Tate nails the first Community Bank extra point attempt, and now they have the 42-14 lead over the visiting Vilonia Eagles. 3 minutes left to play in this third quarter of action.
Shout out to our field cam right there. That was an awesome angle I saw on that replay. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, big shout out to our camera guys, Caden and Sam, doing a great job. Really all season long, especially tonight.
Shout out to our production, Avery over here.
Exactly. Avery doing a great job as our director.
Hooking us up with some great replays. Always love to see those instant replays. It really just takes the broadcast to another level. Want to give a big shout out to everybody tuned into our broadcast. Whether you're an Eagle fan or a Senator fan, we're happy to have you. Man, we're really happy that you tuned in to come and watch these two teams face off in a 5-8 first-round playoff match. We really enjoyed having you, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button here on the Robinson Sports Network YouTube page, we'd really appreciate it. And give us a follow on all of our other socials on Twitter and Facebook.
And here's Tate booting this one. There is a stoppage in play. I don't see a flag. Well, yeah, I do. There is a flag down at about the Senator 40. We'll be on the kicking team. So John Tate will have to kick a little farther back. Let's see if he can show off his leg and get it to the end zone from the 35 this time.
They said that was offsides?
I believe that something. I didn't see what the official ruling. I just saw that it was a penalty on the Senators. So now they're backed up, but John Tate looking to boot this one into the end zone again. It won't get there. It's going to be, he fumbles on the return. But the return man's able to get through. There is a flag on the field. Josh Smith, one of the Senators, that brings him down. But again, there is another flag on the field at around the 30-yard line of the Eagles. And it was a block in the back by the Eagles. So they will back it up here and start. Let's see where they mark him down at. I believe they'll mark him at the 21-yard line.
Man, that went from having some pretty good field position to just average field position. I think they really could have benefited starting at the 40-yard line with a backup quarterback, but now they're all the way back at about the 20-yard line and have 80 yards to go.
Ashcraft, the quarterback for the Eagles. He's going to fake the handoff. He finds his man, and I believe the receiver was able to hold on to the football. He bobbled it at first, but that will be Ashcraft's first completion of the night. I say that. He had that fake punt that he completed. My mistake.
That's That's a good sign. You know, you want to get your quarterback, get him a couple of easy throws, get him in rhythm so he can start trying to hit guys open downfield.
Pressure coming towards Ashcraft. He escapes right. He's got some legs. There's a flag on the field. He goes down to the sideline, the Senators sideline. He was able to get away. He got a few yards out of that scramble. Of course, there was a flag on the field. Let's see what the call was. It's in the Senator secondary, and it will be on the Senators. It will be defensive holding on Kyron Grimes. I was watching the quarterback, so I did not see that play happen, but Ashcraft did not have anybody open. So he had to make something of it himself, and it somehow turns into an Eagle first down. Ashcraft backs up. He's got pressure, and he's going to get taken down. Doucette. I know Campos was in to finish off the play, but Doucette, one of the first ones there. And who is that? That is Cam Harper, also in to share the sack with the senior Caleb Doucette.
Man, Doucette is playing some playoff football, isn't he? He has been in the backfield all night against the Eagles.
Look, whoever updates the Robinson Max Prep stat page does a fantastic job. I want to know how many tackles for loss, how many sacks that Doucette will be credited with after this one. It's going to be a handoff to the to the running back, Halley. He's going to be tackled after a 4 or 5 yard gain.
I've got him credited on my stat sheet with one sack and 1 tackle for loss, but sometimes I miss some tackles, so there might be more that I missed.
Well, he's had a lot of half tackles for loss.
Yeah, a lot of half tackles for losses for sure.
Him and Campos and Clark and
I don't keep
Harper.
up with the half tackles for loss.
Right. It's really hard to. I understand. So that's whoever usually keeps up with that for the Max Preps page. I know they have their work cut out for them right now. Ashcraft steps back to pass. Pressure coming again. It's going to be Clark. He had a hand on him, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. It was Clark and Campos aggressively running after him, and he was able to turn that into a no-gain play, a lot better of an outcome than what it was looking like it would be.
Campos was almost got to him, but he managed to get that ball out and get it out of bounds. So didn't end up with a sack, but they're still going to have to punt it away, it looks like.
Ashcraft, the quarterback, also plays a little bit on defense, playing some secondary and some linebacker. So he's pretty much been on the field most of the game. And that ball will go out at the 40-yard line, so the Senators will have solid field position to start their drive with 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter of action. As far as I can tell, the starters remain on the field. I see the backup quarterback, Reese Simpson, but he is not really close to the huddle. So Tyson Braden and the starting offense will stay on the football field.
This is playoff football. You don't see
You don't see the backups very early in the game. You're right.
No, we might see them in the fourth quarter.
Jaden Todd, Michael Hayes, Caden Pettis, and Malachi Muhammad, the 4 receivers on the field for the Senators. Jordan Thomas, the running back, as he's lining up in the slot for the Senators. 3-man front. Now a 4th coming to rush. Braden steps up. He's got Muhammad. Oh, that was a bullet pass.
Was it? It didn't really look like a bullet pass to me.
Well, that was the first really time tonight that these two haven't been able to connect on a wide open pass. But that ball, I don't think Muhammad expected that pass to be as hard as it was. He just bounced right off his face mask, and a rare miscue. by the Senator offense. Second and 10 from the 40. Handoff to Thomas. Thomas get about 3 yards on the first down carry. And credit number 66. No, that's 65. Dylan Good with the tackle. And that will be the end of the third quarter of action. One more quarter left in this first round matchup between the Joe T. Robinson Senators and the visiting Vilonia Eagles. Don't go anywhere. We have more football action right here on the Robinson Sports Network.
I would say school choice is a great option. You can do your research like we did. Visit with other parents that have children in the district. We visited the schools before we made the choice to come here. We chose to school choice because we have had such a great experience here. Teachers, staff have been so helpful and reassuring, and we've been forever grateful for it. And I'd do it all over again. PCSSD is a great option no matter where you live.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear.
And welcome back to the Robinson Sports Network. We have more playoff football action, one more quarter of it, in fact. These Senators hosting the Vilonia Eagles with a 42-14 lead with one more quarter left to play. Deuce Williams is going to get a big play. Woo! He might have been marked down out of bounds farther. Actually, he was not. He will finally be brought down at the 35-yard line of the Eagles. And if our sound quality sounds a little different, we had the window open for the first three quarters, but it's gotten a lot colder, so we had to close it. We gotta stay warm. We still want to be as effective and on top of our game as we can. We can't really do that when we're ice cold. Braden's going to step away. He'll slide down. There is a flag on the field.
Came out around the line of scrimmage, so this one could be holding.
Maybe I do have to open the window for this. Yep, it will be holding on the offense. So the Senators will back it up a bit. 11:33 left to play in this fourth quarter of action. Michael Hayes, Jaden Todd, Caden Pettis, and Malachi Muhammad, the four receivers in the ball game. Three of them bunched up to the right. Jordan Thomas, the running back to the left of his quarterback. Actually, that's Deuce Williams. Excuse me. Deuce Williams. He'll get the handoff. He'll go up the right side. Deuce Williams going back towards the middle. A big pickup on the first down carry. Of course, does not lead to a first down, but he does get about 10 yards. Actually, almost more than 10 yards on that carry. Two receivers either side. Handoff again to Williams. Williams breaks through the first couple of tacklers, and he will have another Senator first down. I would highly suspect that the Senators do nothing but run it from here on out until they can get another score.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Two receivers either side. Jordan Thomas, now the tailback. Hand off again. This time Thomas. Thomas. A solid run on first down. Let's see where they mark him. I think they'll give him about 6, almost 7 yards on the carry. Will be 2nd and 5 as they are now in the red zone as they are taking up shop at the 19-yard line of Vilonia. Senators in the gun. Braden's going to step back and pass. Now he'll step up and run. Braden looking for the end zone. He won't get there. He will be brought down before he was able to get out of bounds. Believe that may have been, trying to see the number on the Eagle that brought down Braden. I believe that was number 45, Austin Archer, one of the senior linebackers. And the officials taking a second to mark the ball. No official ruling as to. Oh, it was okay. I didn't even. Did you see the flag?
I did. No, I didn't see the flag.
Well, there was a unnecessary roughness call on the Eagles. So the Senators could score right here, if not on the next play. Thomas, still the tailback. He'll get the carry, and he will be just short of the end zone, given maybe 1 to 2 yards on the carry. So 1st and goal. From the 3-yard line.
Another flag on the field?
Yeah, I think it is. Oh, will be delay of game on the Senators. So did that play just not count?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's funny. Did you hear the public address announcer?
What did he say?
He said the Senators got a call or penalty for filibustering. It makes sense. That's a good play on the Senator mascot. Now the Senators back to pass. It's Braden. He's got time. He's got his man out wide. It's Jordan Thomas. Thomas pushing, trying to find the end zone. He is just short, down about the 2-yard line. So it is 3rd and goal from the 2 of the Eagles.
Man, I always forget that Jordan Thomas is a senior.
Yep, he's a senior. Of course, if you think about next year, of course, there's still a long time before any Senator fan thinks about the 2025 season. You got to imagine Deuce Williams will be the lead man next year, getting the carries, as Jordan Thomas is also down just short of the end zone.
That's going to bring up 4th down now.
4th and goal now, and the offense remains on the field, and so does Tyson Braden.
Thomas has his hands on his hips. He looks like he's a little bit tired out there.
He's gotten a lot of handoffs, especially in this 4th quarter. That's exactly what will happen again, and I think he's short. So the Eagles come up with a big defensive play and stop the Senators before they can find the end zone for what would have been the 7th time tonight. 42-14 remains your score, with the Senators leading the visiting Vilonia Eagles. 8:03 left to play in this 4th quarter of this first-round matchup between a 5A Central powerhouse and another solid school out of the 5A West.
Got a feeling. I'm feeling I think we might see a safety right here.
Well, the Eagles, they are marked at the 1-yard line. And the Senator starting defense is still out on the field. And I saw Darnell Clark and Caleb Doucette and Cam Harper kind of dancing to the song. I don't know what song that was, but they have good vibes right now. They had the massive lead. One of the officials is taking a second to talk with Coach Escola. I'm not sure what about. I know a lot of the fans that are out there in the cold weather are probably saying, let's just hurry up and move this game along. It's a big lead. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I'm cold. I think it's probably getting to, I don't know, hey, Siri, what is the temperature outside? It's only 52 degrees? Oh, that's not true. The Senators with showing pressure, and they uplift the running back. That was Halley. Had the carry, and he was able to pick up maybe a yard or two on the play. And I imagine that the Eagles will continue to run the football as they are backed up to their own end zone. But the Senators would love nothing more than to get a safety right here. Handoff again to the running back, Halley, and that will be a no gain on the second down carry.
Good job by this defense, not giving an inch right here and trying to keep them pinned deep into their in their own territory.
3rd and 8 from the 3-yard line. Senators continuing to show pressure. They'll send 4. A loading up deep. Caught by the receiver. Finally brought down by Jaden Todd, but that is Hunter Wells with the big play. A near 30-yard reception for the Eagles. And once again, the Eagles continue to get the chunk plays. They really had not gotten much in the second half with a backup quarterback now. But that first half, that was their success. That's how they got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was.
Handoff again to the running back. It's Halley. Halley, he's got a big run. He sheds the tackler. Halley going up to the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds by Josh Smith. And a big first down for the senior running back. Just like that, John Mason Halley giving the Eagles a little breath of fresh air.
The flag goes flying after the play.
Let's see who it's on. It's probably going to be unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. I think it's going to be on Vilonia.
There's been some talking, a little bit, from both sides. Have to open the window and brave the cold just to hear the call. Well,
defensive holding. That flag came out like way after the play was over.
Oh, okay. It's a 15-yard penalty. So I think since it was, I believe, an unsportsmanlike penalty on the offense, I don't think that defensive holding has, 15 yards from where they were going to be spotted at. So
I was just confused. I didn't see a lot of I didn't see the defensive holding penalty come flying. I saw the unsportsmanlike conduct flag go flying. So I was a little confused there.
2 receivers on the right side for the Eagles. Handoff to the running back. It's Halley again. And he's met by Tank Reese. And another flag goes flying. Let's see what the call is.
I think this one might be holding on the Eagles.
Tank Reese was in the backfield in a hurry. And that play went nowhere. The officials taking some time to talk it over. It's unsportsmanlike on the Senators. That flag went up as soon as the play.
I think that one was on the sideline. I think it's
Really?
I think it was on the sideline.
Huh. Interesting.
The side judge over here.
Well, and I was agreeing with you. I thought it would have been holding. That flag went up pretty quickly, but something happened. Sideline, field, whatever. But so the Eagles knocking on the door to the red zone. Actually, they're marked down at the 20-yard line now. 2 receivers out to the right. Hallie switches to the left side of his quarterback, Ashcraft. Takes the snap. He's going to take it himself. Ashcraft gets a few yards. Kyron Grimes stops him first time. Oh, 3 flags all up in the air. That was Doucette that was pushed down by one of the Eagles. I think it may have been, if I can see the jersey number, I believe that might have been number 28, Vaughn Fronabarger, one of the linebackers that pushed Doucette after the play. Like to see a review if we could possibly get it. That was... And the flags just went a-flying.
Yeah, the flag's been coming out a lot here in the last 10 minutes.
But they were on top of that as soon as it happened. It was not even related to the play. Let's look left side of the screen. Yeah, I saw it for a second, but Fronabarger, and of course I just missed, I think, the official ruling, but it will back the Eagles up. Believe it was another unsportsmanlike call on Vilonia. It's been like, what, that's like the third on this drive alone. It's just kind of an interesting possession. First of all, the Eagles have been driving down the field. Let's not forget about that. They started out at their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, listen, the clock's winding down. The Senators are up by quite a lot right now. I think the frustration is starting to sink in. There's a 28-point lead by the Senators. Frustration, is that for a lot of these kids, this could be like their last time playing football ever. So I understand the frustration, but you can't let it come out like it did on that play before.
Ashcraft end zone and broken up. A great pass breakup by Michael Hayes, the 10th pass breakup of the season for the senior Division I commit.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that a lot.
And for Senator fans, it's pretty clear this might be the final score of the game, 42-14. The Senators, still 5 minutes left to play. Crazy things have happened. Nothing that I've ever seen, but crazier things have happened. But the Senators might be interested to know who their next week matchup is, as Hot Springs Lakeside was able to take the 42-7 win over the visiting Nettleton High School.
Interception!
Intercepted by Jaden Todd. Todd, he's got blockers. Todd switches to the right side of the field. He'll be chased by a lineman. He'll get out of bounds, and Jaden Todd likely just iced this game. And the Senators are fired up about the big defensive play by the star defensive back who's just a sophomore.
Man, talk about a play when you needed it right there. Jaden Todd comes up with a huge interception. All night I've been wondering, where have these defensive backs been? There's been broken coverages and guys getting open. Right there, back-to-back plays. You had Michael Hayes with a nice tip ball, knocked it away from the wide receiver so he didn't have a shot to even try to catch it. And then you got Jaden Todd jumping the wide receiver and getting right in front of him and coming up with a pick. Huge play by the Senators defense, because it looked like the Eagles were knocking on the door trying to get in the end zone.
And now Reese Simpson comes onto the field, the quarterback, the Senators. He'll hand it off to Bryce Young Cunningham, the sophomore quarterback to running back connection. And 4:40 left to play. Clock continues to run. And the Senators have the 42-14 lead over the Vilonia Eagles.
So it looks like So Reese Simpson and Cunningham both in there. So getting some of this, getting some backup, some work here late in this ball game.
Bryson Cunningham breaks away for a big play. He was tripped up, and I think he might have had enough for a first down. He sure did. So Bryson Cunningham,
he could have got some
with the
more
first
yards.
down. Yeah, he could have.
He tripped on his own foot right there.
I think
the turf monster grabbed him.
Yeah, turf monster did grab him up and took him down, but not before picking up a Senator first down. 4 minutes left to play in this ball game. Clock continues to roll, and imagine just runs from here on out. Charles Petty on the left, Jaden Carter on the right. Cunningham up the gut, doesn't get much, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage on the carry. And there's a flag on the field. All right, another flag is on the field. It could be chirping from either side. Yep. It was an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Senators. Coach Escola, look, it's going to be a first-round playoff win, but he's probably going to make these players run in the next practice.
Yeah. Well, you know, Coach Escola's teams have done very well this season of not really getting into the talking battles like that. You know, this game's coming to a close. Let's not get too aggressive here. You know what I mean? And the officials are obviously being flag happy and are not going to put up with any kind of anything like that. Any after play shenanigans.
No, and look, it's pretty clear at this point in the ball game. The Senators have the huge lead. More than likely have the victory. Don't rub it into the other team's face. That sometimes happens. I know young players. Definitely, that's something that a lot of players need to learn. But, you know, Vilonia probably, obviously not happy with their situation whatsoever. And like you said earlier, this is very likely the last few downs of football some of these players will ever play, regardless of whether it's for Vilonia or just in general. And I imagine this is just something that maybe a little humiliating for a few of them.
Humiliating? No. I don't think it's that serious, but the trash talk needs to be cut out for sure. And, you know, let's play a clean game for the remaining time we have left on the clock.
3rd and long, 3rd and 18 to be exact, from the 27-yard line. 2:30 on the clock, and it continues to roll down. And only 1 second left on the play clock, and there will be a timeout by the Senators.
Coach Escola probably wants to just get everything under control. There's been a lot of flags back and forth, whether it's procedure penalties or unsportsmanlike conducts. Like, probably just calm this offense down. Like, hey guys, just go out there, and play your football. Don't get too far into it. And they also have a 3rd and long situation here, so they're probably going to throw this ball. Want to get the right play call in.
Of course, for Senator fans, you can go ahead and start looking forward to playing against Hot Springs Lakeside next week for the 2nd round of the 5A state playoffs, as they were able to get the win over Nettleton just about 30 minutes or so ago.
So it looks like another PCSSD school, the Maumelle Hornets, are going to come away with the win, 10-9 over Greenbrier. What a score to come away with, to get the win right there. That's a big win right there for the Hornets, as I believe they're going to be going up against Parkview next week. So that's
you're right. They were able to get a big victory over Wynn. So Maumelle and Parkview, that will be quite a game. A 5A South versus 5A Central matchup, and The Senators will now punt this football away with William Tate on the field for the first time tonight.
And checking in on the BB score, Farmington leads BB, another 5A playoff game, 28-19, with just under 5 minutes to go in the final quarter over there.
Where's Farmington, a team that's that punt's going to take quite a nice bounce. But Farmington, another really good team in the 5A.
Yeah, Farmington's a good squad, and BB's a pretty good squad too. There's still some time left. They're only down by. What
was it?
They're down by 9. They're down by 9. So, I mean, you who knows? You get a touchdown and an onside kick, things can change quickly.
If you're a Vilonia fan, of course, your football season coming to an end, but Vilonia for the last few years has been known as a great basketball school, especially
they have good girls basketball.
They have a great girls basketball. So actually I was at the MWC Lady Cat Invitational last night. This is not my only job. I'm also a scout for Prep Girls Hoops Arkansas. And I was able to write a couple reports on a couple of games that I saw. It was Conway versus Lake Hamilton. That was not necessarily a close score. Conway with the big victory over their 5A opponent. But Springdale Harbor matched up against Vilonia, another 6A versus 5A. There's no 7A in basketball in Arkansas, but it was another that's a good Vilonia team. And they have one player already committed to play Division I basketball at the University of Tennessee Martin. That's Sydney Middleton. Mm-hmm. And she was held in check for that first half, but she was able to come away with 13 points in the game, 11 in the second half. Maddie Mannion is another player to keep an eye out for if you're keeping an eye out on that side of sports. But she had 10 points in that first half. And Kim Henry was another player that was able to make some plays throughout the game. Another player that's pretty highly ranked in the Prep Girls Hoop system, and that's going to be a huge run for Colson and Ashcraft. Sorry, I'm ready for basketball season, but Ashcraft with a major run and 15 seconds left to play.
He just kept scampering around.
Well, I mean, the Senators are playing prevent defense, and that gives the quarterback a chance to run.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. Ashcraft looking right, has his man and incomplete. He was looking for his wide receiver, Hunter Wells. They've been connecting multiple times tonight. But like I was talking about, their women's basketball team is really good. They have a good group,
mm-hmm.
and they'll be a dangerous team in the 5A Central. And
see what they get dialed up here on what could end up being the last play of the game.
12 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. It's second down. Ashcraft looks right. He's looking middle. Being chased by Tyler. He's going to get away.
He's quick.
He's very quick. Colson Ashcraft is able to scramble for a few yards, maybe about 6. And the Senator, and the clock ticked to 0. I don't know if that's right.
No, there's still 2 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure why.
Some of the players started heading out onto the field. Okay, they added 2 more seconds. I knew Ashcraft went out of bounds. I think. No, just 1 second on the clock. So I imagine this Vilonia team, they're going to try to dial up a deep shot here. Ashcraft fakes left. Rolls left. Ashcraft rolling back to the middle. Being chased by Caleb Smith. Ashcraft going deep for the end zone, and it's nearly picked off by Tatum Hayes. Not happy that he couldn't come away with the football. He will kick it out of bounds, and there's a flag on the field.
That was going to be a flag if that would have been the end of the ball game.
And that is the end of the ball game. And there go your fireworks. That is the Acme Pyro Fireworks. You can find them at 21900 Highway 10. They are open year-round, one of the few in the state of Arkansas. But what a game. The Senators will advance in the 5A state playoffs, and they will face the Hot Springs Lakeside Rams next Friday night. For Vilonia, it was definitely a good fight, but unfortunately they come up short. But what a season for both sides, and the Senators celebrating with a big firework display. And if you're Coach Escola, despite the big win, there were still some ugly moments in the game.
Yeah, there was. It's just those little bitty penalties that can really hurt you, especially in the playoffs like this. They're going to have a tough matchup with the Lakeside Rams coming up next week, and you definitely don't want to see those trends continue next week. I think they'll probably get some of this stuff buttoned up and try to play more of a clean game come next week. But still, fantastic opener for this playoffs for the Senators. Great job both sides of the ball. I was really impressed with the way they played, and impressed with the Vilonia Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to Skylar Cole. I know he went out earlier in the ball game. They really deserve some credit for getting here. It's not easy to make it to the playoffs in the 5A conference. A lot of tough opponents throughout the season, and just getting here says a lot about them. And shout out to those young men and Skylar Cole. Hope he's okay. Fantastic season to them.
Well, we'll go ahead and do our offensive and defensive MVPs. For me, it has to be, it could have been a number of players, but I think I'm going to give it to Deuce Williams. He was running the football hard all night and had a couple of touchdowns in that first half. And on defense, it's Caleb Doucette. He was, again, I don't know how many tackles for loss, how many sacks, how many regular tackles that he was credited with, but it was a bunch. And he was in the backfield all night long. What about you, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on both fronts. On the offense, I'd probably I'd say more maybe a co-offensive MVP to Deuce Williams and Tyson Braden.
Yeah.
Both those guys played fantastic. Braden going out there and throwing well over 100 yards and getting 3 touchdown passes in the air. Fantastic game from him, and it's something we've come to expect from him. And Caleb Doucette defensively for sure. And maybe if you want to give a quick shout out to Jaden Todd, who got that interception there at the end of the ball game.
It
was Todd, right?
Yeah, it was Jaden Todd.
Yeah, Jaden Todd with to ice the ball game with that interception. That would be just another guy I'd want to shout out. But great job all around. Whole very good team effort performed tonight by the Senators.
And for Jaden Todd, that was his first interception of the season, I believe. It seems like he's gotten more in the past. I know Kyron Grimes, as far as if my stats are correct, Jaden Todd, that is his first career varsity interception. So congratulations, Jaden Todd, and congratulations this entire Senator team. They continue to go marching, but guess what? It is 0-0 next week. Job is not finished for Vilonia. A heck of a season, falling to 7-4 overall, but still an incredible year. And I know Coach Ashcraft will be very excited in year 2, just his second year with the Vilonia program. But from all of us here at the Robinson Sports Network, thank you for tuning in to tonight's 5A playoff matchup. We will see you again next week as the Senators host the Hot Springs Lakeside Rams. Until then, be safe, have a great evening, and go Senators!
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.